Hey y'all, in this video I'm just going to quickly go over the different locations for the first part of the Dark and Darker quests. I probably should have done this a little sooner, but I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing any or that they didn't add any new ones. And I'm going to show where these locations are on the map and then just give a brief little walkthrough of the rooms because I know some people prefer one way over the other and I just figured I'd put in both. With that said, if you want to skip through, feel free. I'll have this video timestamped. Hope it helps. The first location that we're going to go over is the Wolf Caves, and this is the center of the map on the far left or east of the Ice Caves. And just as a side note, if you want to find the map that I have all these on and just skip the video entirely, feel free to do that too. I'll have that in a link down in the description below. These are just pulled from the Dark and Darker wiki. I don't own them. I'm not claiming to own them. And for all the visual learners, I'm just going to be going through one more door and we will be in the Wolf Caves then. To get here, I just ran to the center of the map and then ran straight east because that seemed like the easiest pathing I had. And then we're here. And just because you also have to escape instead of just getting to these places, I wanted to give a little disclosure for this one specifically and say that it's dangerous because a decent amount of people come in here to stack up on wolf pelts for later on into the wipe, and they won't necessarily always be friendly. And if you have to take the fight, it puts you into a pretty awkward spot after. So if you're not good at dodging the wolves, then it can get really scary really fast. All right, and now moving on to the cave altar location in the Goblin Caves. Once you load up into that map, you're just going to go to the very top and then run to the center and you'll be there. And there's two really safe escapes. There's a rope in the Goblin Maze, which is right next to it. And there's also a staircase in the Goblin Mine. Just pick one. You can just sit by it and not really have to do anything else for the rest of the game. All right, and this is just showing us entering into the cave altar. We're doing it from the Goblin Mine because I started on the far left side of the map. And if you've played Dark and Darker a decent amount, this is just the ring around the Rosy room. People like to kite in this room and literally just run in a circle, and it can get kind of annoying. In the center of the room, there is the Red Shrine or the Altar of Sacrifice, hence Cave Altar. And then we have the keep location, which is located on ruins at the bottom right hand corner of the map. There is a spawn at the keep, so you could just get lucky and sit there the entire game and not really have to worry about too much. But if you come from the south side of the map, there's a ton of wolves. And if you come from the west side of the map and just run straight down, there's a ton of archer and crossbow skeletons that will just be annoying as you're trying to open the doors. So just be a little aware of that. All right, and the last three locations that we're going to cover are in the Howling Crypts. To get into the crypts, you have to play ruins and then take a red staircase down. The problem is there's two different crypts maps, so there's a chance that you don't get the right one that you need. However, if you have all of the different crypts quests, there is two on one of the maps and one on the other. So if you have all three of them, then you're going to get one of the maps that you need regardless. First off, we're going to cover the old Tomb and Barracks locations. And we're just going to cover both at the same time because they're both on the maze variant of the crypts map, and they're both right next to each other all the way at the bottom of the map. And of course, when recording this, I started all the way up at the top right side of the map. So I basically just ran straight south and then ran straight east after. If you're all the way at the bottom of the map and you're just running toward the old Tomb location, this is what it'll look like. You have a nice little health shrine, you have a skeleton, and you have a few spiders. Nothing too dangerous. And then once you go into the room, there are more spiders with a spider pot. If you're pretty new to the game, this is honestly a really great room to loot. You do need to fight either a wraith or a skeletal champion, but once you do that, there's a ton of stone coffins, a royal coffin, and a golden chest in the center of this room. But just to keep this video going, we're running straight from the old tombs, one more room over into the barracks location, so you could see what that looks like too. And now we're here, and the way that I like to remember this room, honestly, even without a map, is it's the dining hall with the skeletal champion in it. I don't know why it's called a barracks. It should honestly just be called the dining room. All right, now you have to leave and hope for the other map. And the last location to look for, Prisons B, is in the vault variant of the Crypts map. Once again, it's all the way down at the bottom, basically at the center of the map. And once again, I started all the way up at the northwest side of the map. So I basically just went straight down through the center because I wasn't super worried as a rogue to just run through and open doors without skeletons hitting me. And here we are at Prisons B. Oh, look, jail cells. I get it. Yeah, so that's it. That's all of the locations for the first part of the quest line. There will eventually be more, and I'll maybe add another video later on. Hope it helps.